Costa Rica. A magical land of exceptional biodiversity, lush landscapes, black sand beaches, and the rolliest, rockiest, most uncomfortable anchorages known to man. This next stretch of coastline is widely unprotected from the relentless Pacific swell. Tack on strong winds and rains, and we're in for a rough ride. Will we make it out of this in one piece?
Would not come back here with my boat.
Will our boat?
Just had an accidental drive with so much pressure that it ripped the things that keep the bottom of the sailboat attached to the boat.
We're Will and Em.
Say something cool.
And we're living on the hook in our sailboat, Appa. For nearly a decade, we planned and plotted our escape from the Fire Nation, aka our day jobs, and now we're hightailing it on the high seas aboard our sailing bison.
Appa got the zoomies.
After a year of isolation in the remote Sea of Cortez, we're venturing south towards a new ocean with new friends, and of course our trusty sidekick, Blue Dog. Subscribe, kick your feet up, and join us on our quest to master the elements and sail everywhere.
Blue and I are on our final walk through the Marina Papagayo here on the Papagayo Peninsula in Bahia Culebra, Costa Rica. And we are on the move this afternoon. We are finally getting off the dock. It's been 2 months of us being here, and we're really looking forward to a change of scenery, getting back on anchor, seeing new things. I feel like anytime you stumble into too long of a routine or too consistent of a routine when you live on a boat, things kind of become like a little bit drab. And I definitely feel like between Will's work schedule and us trying to get boat jobs done, it's just been too much of the same every day. So we are really looking forward to getting off the dock, getting out of here. The wind has already picked up for the day, which is either a good or bad thing. It's either going to be really strong when we leave and we're going to have a hard time getting out of the dock, or it's going to be perfect for us to sail. So I'm going to finish up this walk with Lou. I have one more load of laundry to do, and by probably 3 p.m. we'll be out of here. Crazy, crazy.
Our air conditioner vents into our bilge, the condensation line. So just try to pump out as much as I can there. That way if we do start taking on water for whatever reason, it's noticeable. It'd be nice if it were dry in there, but I just cleaned our vacuum cleaner. I don't want to get it full of salt water again. Marina Papagayo. This is sailing vessel Appa.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. We are leaving our dock in 10 minutes, and then we're going to go to the diesel dock for fuel up.
Okay, sir. So do you need assistance to help to release lines, or how are you good?
We're good on releasing lines. Might need some help at the fuel dock catching lines.
Okay, just let us know before you come here, and we're gonna help you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And we can send a dock hand down to assist you off the dock. We'll send somebody right away.
Yes, sir.
Marina, Marina.
You're off up here.
While we wait for our receipt from the fuel dock before we get out into the bay, I just thought I would do a little bit of a short review about Marina Papagayo. The place is pretty new, and they very clearly care a lot about their grounds and their maintenance and customer satisfaction. We were here for 2 months and we had a really great experience. The only big downside of this place is that it's an open marina, and so they do have a breaker wall that helps break up a lot of the waves out in the bay, but it is pretty, it can get a little rough in here. And every single one of our dock lines after the 2 months that we've been here needs to be replaced. But with good safeguard and truckers hitches or butterfly hitches, you can really get around a lot of that chafing. So it's really just you and your preparation. But otherwise, the marina is beautiful. They have really good facilities. There's coin laundry, which is like unheard of everywhere else we've been. You have access to the pool. You have access to the really nice gym facility. The showers are really clean, hot water. Dan in the office is wonderful. Dan and Brian have been great to us. Very nice facilities. We were really, really happy with our stay here. Highly recommend a stop into Marina Papagayo. Thanks, guys.
All right, cost us about $200. We got 22 liters of gasoline and 100 liters of diesel between our jerrys and the boat itself. So decent price, and we should be full for a while now. We actually might make it through the canal with this load. We'll see.
What started out as a calm, casual passage, nothing out of the ordinary with no signs of danger ahead, turned into an admittedly avoidable accident. As we approached the mouth of the bay, the Papagayo winds funneling down from the north kicked up some serious gusts, and the waves continued to build around us. A little too eager to open up the sails and shut down the engine, we didn't notice that one mechanical failure would lead directly into another, causing serious damage.
Tied it with the original one, snapped right again.
On the UV damage.
Yeah, so we just had an accidental drive, autopilot.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah, just had an accidental drive, the autopilot failed while I was putting on the brake, the venter. So we ran probably like 10 to 12 feet before it finally got stopped by the beach sheet. Got so much pressure that it ripped all of the things that keep the bottom of the sail attached to the one over my hand, the other one is actually the technical part of the sail that ripped off. I couldn't grab the phone, it was wild, grabbing like 15, it's way knots of wind right now, so it's very hard to grab and handle. And it's back together good enough for now. When the wind dies, we'll have to readdress it. And when we get to where we're going, actually, if we get to somebody, we lose where we're sailing, that makes it for good. Very exciting start, and we are officially sailing now. So, woo.
Bearing is 170 degrees. Our course over ground is 170 degrees. Our speed over ground is 7.0, and we're getting 17 knots of wind. Angel numbers.
I just took over a morning shift. It is day 2 of our passage. Right now we're roughly 45 miles away from our destination, so I actually think we'll make it in tonight. We were originally looking at making it in Saturday night, so we were really flying. We've been making great time. Knocked almost 24 hours off our ETA.
What you reading, Lou? Are you well informed on our cruising ports of Central America? Hey, good boat talk.
The engine was overheating like crazy last night. The highest it's ever gotten. I couldn't get it to come down no matter what I was doing. I checked all of the normal stuff. It was clear. But whatever blockage was going on has since, knock on wood, worked itself out. The temperature's gone down to perfect. Exactly ideal. And I love that for us.
We will be getting into the anchorage in a few hours here. We made great time, like unbelievably great. We're getting in a whole 24 hours earlier than we were supposed to. Love that for us. We had crazy variable winds last night. It would go from like 2 knots to 10 knots, which was perfect, sailing right along. And then all of a sudden it would gust up to like 23 for maybe 30 minutes. And then it would all die back down. There were a couple storm systems moving around us that were really causing the wind to fluctuate around us. But we didn't get any rain, and all the lightning was really far away from us. So outside of all the crazy wind, we did really well last night. We just zoomed right down this coast. So very happy with the time. We considered for a minute about continuing on and going down to Drake Bay, but have decided not to do that because of the mainsail failure that happened, and then the backlight on our chart plotter is also broken. So we are thinking it's our first trip. We'll just pull off while we can, take a breather, assess all of our situations, and go from there. Try to catch the next weather window down to Drake Bay. I just contacted our agent for the canal this morning. That's exciting. And we'll be in before nightfall with any luck. We are coming up on the anchorage right now. It is just about sunset, maybe like 30 or so minutes before. You can tell by the sky behind my head. And we are really excited about this place. It looks gorgeous. It's really well situated behind a reef, and then there's another outcropping behind that. The swell is coming in from the southwest, so it might be a little bit rolly in here, but honestly, once we get tucked into this corner that we're going to be tucked into, it doesn't look too bad in there. So hopefully all goes well, and it's not too bumpy of a sleep tonight.
You want to tell the people what the deal is?
Anchor sucks. Just kidding. No, this well was higher than we thought it was going to be. Backtracking a little bit and going to the southern end of the bay. Just pivoting. Okay, guys and gals, we have been in Bahia Baena for 2 full days now, and we are getting ready to move. It's honestly really rolly in here, more than we were anticipating. And we're gonna go see somewhere new, try to get away from this well a little bit better. And to do that, we are jumping over to Isla Tortuga. It's a little bit of a tourist trap. It is like the super scenic island vibes of this area of Costa Rica. So we will probably only be there for a couple days, and then we might try to jump somewhere else, but we're really just sick of the rolling here in Baena, so we're gonna get a move on. We're also still trying to make our way south to get to Golfito in about 2 weeks' time so that we can check out of the country and get into Panama so that we can hurry up and cross the canal. And also meet up with our friends. We miss our friends. Will somehow hurt his toe in trying to fix the mainsail the other day on our way down here, and he's a little bit in his bag about it, which is reasonable. He keeps thinking that he's getting these serious injuries back to back to back, and is worried that he has more serious health concerns going on. But we're gonna have him on a little bit of bed rest today, and I'm gonna do most of the work, which I'm a little bit excited about because I've never single-handed the boat before. Will has taken the reins on a couple, dropping anchor and pulling up anchor and all that, so I've never gotten to do that. So I'm kind of looking forward to testing my limits here and doing most of the work myself. And let's see how it goes.
Yeah, baby.
Great conditions to get out of the bay. We're on a really good tack to miss all the cliff sides and the rocks and the reef that's off to our starboard. We got about 10 knots sustained of apparent wind. Right off starboard at about 50 degrees. And once we turn out of the bay here, we'll be even more downwind. We'll just scoot along. We should be at Isla Tortuga in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Nice and easy. We didn't even attempt the anchorage. We got really close to shore. We were still in about 70, 75 feet of water, and that is not enough scope for us to be able to let out and feel comfortable and get a good night's sleep. So instead, the shelf runs everywhere from this main beach on Isla Tortuga, across the break in the islands, and all around Isla Alcatraz, which is the more northern island. And we are going to just kind of find a spot that we feel pretty good, is far enough away from shore, still has enough comfortable space around it to drop the anchor. We feel much more comfortable doing this. It was not worth only putting like 2 to 1 scope out over there and just like hoping we didn't drag. And all the tourist boats are getting ready to leave for the day, which is great. Getting in right on time. Well, we thought we were gonna get better wave control in here, but we did not. So we're just gonna bite the bullet and drop a stern anchor because we're likely gonna be here for a few days. So just keep our butt into the swell a little bit. We'll sleep better. Future us will thank present us. Last night and this morning sucked. With so much lightning and quite a bit of wind. The current shifted at least twice, I swear. And it's so rolly. Neither of us got like any sleep. So no reprieve from the swell, unfortunately. So either we're gonna move again today over to Herradura, which is about 15 miles southeast of here. We're gonna wait till Will's done his last meeting around like 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. and then go over there. I feel like my brain's not like firing on all cylinders right now. I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm still trying to like figure out how to balance when the swell comes. It's a lot. I think I got like 2 hours last night, between 12 and 2. That's it. We'll end up getting up to pull the stern anchor up because every time the current shifted, the line would get dragged like under the boat. So I'm sure we didn't set it as well as we probably should have, but we haven't been sleeping well because of the swell in both places we've been, and I just feel like we need a good night's sleep at this point. So there's a little island off Herradura that should offer pretty good protection from this southeasterly swell or southwesterly swell. Hopefully that gets us a little better sleep tonight. We're very slowly making our way down to Golfo Dolce. Almost said Bahia del Sol. Oh my god. It's not even in the right country. We're slowly making our way to Golfo Dolce and Golfito, where we will spend like a week just kind of hanging out in that bay, which is supposed to be really beautiful and really calm. And then checking out in Golfito to head into Panama and meet up with all our pals. I cannot wait. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to get out of this goddamn swell. But that's my bit. That's all I got for you this morning. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna drink my coffee, get some work done, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna try to solo motoring off anchor. I'm not gonna try to sail off anchor, there's no wind anyways. I just did a bunch of checks. My shallowest depth is off the starboard bow, and that's at 16 feet before actually like hitting shore. So I don't have a ton to worry about depth-wise as long as I don't start drifting that way, and the swell is pushing us this way anyways. The current is pushing me that way. So all in, that's really good. My anchor is directly in front of me right now, so I'm gonna get pulled towards the anchor, and then when it's up, based on the swell and little wind directions, I should be moving this way, away from the wall, out into open water. And according to avionics, pretty much everything behind me is safe water, so I should be okay. I'm letting the engine warm up a little bit right now. Once it gets to about halfway to temp, I'm gonna go to the bow, take the snubber off, and then come back, make sure we're at pretty good running temp, and then I will do a little dance here, run back and forth. I'm excited. I've never done this before by myself.
Woo!
Woo!
You're gonna do great. Show us your little dance.
That's all I got. Away I go.
Good job, honey.
While I was excited to unlock that new skill, the high of success was short-lived. The more distance we put between Appa and Isla Tortuga, the further the conditions devolved. Eventually we found ourselves in 6-foot chop yet again, 15 knots of wind directly on the bow, and a sudden thunderstorm to boot.
It's raining. We're going 50 degrees off course, or we're doing 5.2 knots. And we should be there by sunset.
It's really hard to keep morale high when every single time you haul up anchor, you're uncomfortable. And then every time you drop anchor, you're uncomfortable. And then you don't sleep at night for days at a time because you're uncomfortable. It puts your nervous system out of whack, causes tension in your relationship, and makes you question all your life choices. I definitely don't say this lightly. Rainy season in Central America is not for the faint of heart.
As the storm is coming through, the waves are picking up. We have just been bashing for hours. Really uncomfortable. Everything's slamming around. And after 2 nights of very little sleep, this is not what you want. We've only got about, 4 miles-ish to go before we're hopefully getting some protection from the bay. But we shall see. Yeah, it sucks.
Passages get rougher and rougher, and none of our anchorages are very calm. We're tired. We're tired. It's hard to stay really positive at all in these moments when you have 48 hours of pretty much no sleep, and any sleep that you do get isn't good sleep. So we're tired. We're just hoping it's calm enough in here to have a good night's rest. It's raining, obviously. We just pulled up to the first anchor location a little further out, closer to the bay, and there's definitely still some swell there, so we're going to tuck in a little further up here and see if it's any better. There were 2 of the same style fishing boats, one by the first stop and one that just left where we're headed now, And it's hard to tell with the binoculars when the boat is also rocking, but it looked like this boat was a little more stable than that boat. So we're kind of using that as our baseline. Hopefully we get there and it's calm enough that we can rest. So far, honestly, I'm at the bow. So far, from being at the bow in that location to now on our way to this location, it could just be the position of the boat, but it does feel a little bit calmer. So we're just really hoping that we can get a good night's sleep tonight, honestly. The wave conditions are supposed to continue to die through the week, and so by Friday, today's Tuesday, by Friday it's supposed to be pretty tolerable, and hopefully we'll get some good wind to head down to Drake Bay. But for now, I am sheltering from the rain, and we are hopefully about to drop anchor in a pretty calm spot. Calm enough anyways. It's gotta be better. I keep saying this, Will's gonna kill me. It's gotta be better than Tortuga. I don't have any wood to knock on. Oh wait, yes I do. Wish us luck. There is also technically a marina here if like we desperately needed it, but the funny thing about this marina is that they hate sailboats. I think if it was like an emergency they would let us, but this is not an emergency. We're just being big babies because we haven't slept in 2 days. At least it's beautiful. That's like all I can say about it at this point. Everywhere we go, it's just beautiful.
Costa Rica's pretty on land, but it's not great for cruising grounds. Not very well protected, and it seems no matter which way you're trying to sail, the wind, the waves, and the tide will be directly on your nose.
We have been on the move like crazy since we left the dock a week ago. We're on our 3rd anchorage already, and let me tell you why that is. First of all, Costa Rica is absolutely gorgeous. I would definitely come back here by land. Would not come back here with my boat. The anchorages are pretty much all open to the Pacific swell, and the reason we've been on the move so much is because every single place we've been has been so uncomfortable. We're just constantly trying to find the next best place to get out of the swell. Granted, over the last week, the swell has been exceptionally high. It's been like 5.5 feet. So you're open to it already, and it's really bad. So over the last 8 days, we have gotten pretty much no sleep. We're both absolutely exhausted. Morale is pretty low. We're tired, don't feel like doing much. But the place we're in right now has been the best place we've been over the past 3 anchorages. We still put a stern anchor out. It was definitely necessary, and it's been so pleasant since. Last night was the first night we got a decent, we both went to bed at 7:30. We both got a decent amount of sleep last night. I woke up thinking it was 5 a.m. and really it was 11:53 p.m. So we're doing better now that we got a good night's sleep, and this place is really, really nice. We're gonna take the dog to the beach this afternoon, but then we're gonna get on the move again. We are trying to hustle down to Golfito, where you check out of Costa Rica, to get into Panama, because we've made the decision to cross the canal and in Shelter Bay Marina on the Atlantic side, ship in some lithium batteries and do a lithium refit. Our AGMs just are not keeping up very well. It's rainy season, so it gets cloudy, rainy, mid-afternoon every day. And with Will getting up at 4 and me being more of a night owl, it's just not quite sustainable for us. I have been trying to go to bed earlier, but that's when I get my most work done. It's when I'm the most productive. So we're going to switch to lithiums. We've got a pretty good plan worked out, and we're working with a person out of, I believe he's stationed in Florida, an electrician who is helping us put the whole system together so we know exactly what to order. We won't have to be constantly waiting for parts. We're hoping to basically order the kit of everything that we need, do 3 weeks of installation and testing, and then get on the road and get out there to the San Blas Islands in Panama off the Atlantic coast. So a lot going on. We're actually headed into the most lightning heavy area of all of Central America. There's an island just off where Drake Bay is that gets hit more than any other place in Central America by lightning. So we're kind of like a little nervous about that, but also excited to get down there and just like see something new. We're very happy to be on the move again. Even though the swells sucked and it's been uncomfortable and we haven't slept very much, being able to see new things all the time is definitely like keeping morale high, as high as it can be in these moments. So we're excited to get going and see new things and be in more calm places. And either way, life on anchor is still better than life on the dock. I leave you with that.